Michigan funeral director accused of misleading a family into believing he had buried a woman's cremated remains is taking his case to trial in Western Michigan. This doesn't do anything to help the rep of funeral directors.
Why, Dave? What's happened now?
Thomas ClocK III.
I am Thomas ClocK.
Thomas Clark III. Oh, my.
He waived a hearing that would have determined if there was enough evidence against him. Muskegon County investigators say he buried an empty box in December.
I need a friend to stay with me in my basement. I want a friend.
I'm your lawyer, Tom. We need you to not sing that song in court, okay?
Listen. Do you know anyone who wants to be my friend?
Oh, see, that's not going to help our case either. What we need to do is just say you lost the goddamn ashes, bud.
But I didn't. I kept her around.
You did.
I did. Did I really?
Yes, because
did I?
She was found in your van while you were in the hospital.
Oh, I like to drive around with my new friend. Come on in my van. Something tells me my friend wasn't in the best condition. Was she still a body, or was she burned? And I carried her around like in an urn, my friend.
Doesn't say.
I bet it was a body, don't you think?
Again, Tom, what we're going to do is we're going to plead the fifth.
No, I'm fine.
We're going to try to plea it down to just your goddamn crazy. And
what's crazy about wanting friends, people to be with and share your thoughts and secrets?
So investigators say that Thomas ClocK III buried an empty box in December, not the cremated remains of Helen Anthony. She was found in his van while he was in a hospital. In a separate case, Thomas ClocK III is also accused of deceiving the parents of a boy and believing he had buried that kid. In 2015, Lisa just found a picture.
Oh, my God.
Lisa just found a picture of Thomas ClocK.
Has happened.
Did you just find a picture?
I did. Go to my screen.
yeah,
Hello! Welcome to Thomas ClocK the Third.
Oh, yep. Everything I imagined he would be.
What do you think he's doing? What do you think I do with these friends of mine?
Yeah.
The little boy and the girl.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
He's, looks just like that voice.
It sure does.
Well, I love to take care of people in their final moments. Just because someone's dead doesn't mean they're really gone, does it? I don't think so. Not when you come and stay at the ClocK's house. Thomas ClocK the Third here.
Yeah, so they talked to his cousin Dale ClocK, who said that that he did stage a fake funeral and then carry the body around in his minivan.
So it was a full body.
He stashed a corpse in his minivan.
Okay, so I've been saying this now for a real long time that I think oh my God, it gets worse when you see this guy.
Side profile.
Oh, the side profile is bad.
Ooh.
This is court picture.
But okay, so he's a funeral director who, a long time ago, was caught with a little boy, didn't bury the little boy.
Yeah.
And he's still a funeral director? Mm-hmm. I mean, once you're caught doing something like this, that's it. It should be done and everyone should know about you. You go to jail forever.
Well, the ClocK funeral home is now closed.
Now it's closed.
Now it's closed. It was founded in 1897 by his great-grandfather, Teedle ClocK.
Oh, God.
Oh, Teedle ClocK. Teedle ClocK was just like this. Now I have to teach you something about the business, little Thomas.
So it was a baby that he took.
Yeah.
It was a little baby.
Oh, my God, you guys, this is so crazy. So he performed a funeral and burial service for Helen Anthony back on December 28th of last year. He led the family to believe that she had been cremated and her ashes were inside the urn that was buried that day. But then her body was discovered in his van. They unearthed the urn and found it to be empty.
The thing is, you would decompose, right? And it would smell so bad, guys.
In your minivan, in your minivan.
So bad.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
I mean, he's at a funeral, or maybe he embalmed it.
No, but you can, but it doesn't, that only slows stuff
really?
down. Yeah, it doesn't
last.
It doesn't stop it forever. It just lets you be able to have an open casket for a couple days, and then when it closes, it's...
Yeah, then you still
It starts to
deteriorate.
get to
Yeah.
get rough.
Eventually. But I mean, what a nightmare this guy is.
So other members of the ClocK family who
Yes.
own another funeral home and say they're not, associated with this guy have stepped in to provide free services now.
Oh, well, we're the other ClocK. Listen, my brother Thomas is nuts, but I
Don't
would
think he
love...
trust their family.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
That's your cousin. Your cousin is Thomas ClocK III, and it's also a ClocK funeral home. That's going to be tough.
So, like, that's what they're born to do, huh? Like, it's just weird.
That's the way
like,
it is, usually.
That is the way it is, isn't it? Like, your dad is a funeral director, and then you become it because you're going to take over the family business.
Yep.
So you're just a long line of creeps.
It is. They're always off-putting, man.
They are.
Well, and it makes a lot more sense that this guy's messed up with dead bodies because his whole life he's been around it. And I feel like if you've been around it for too long, that's when things, I think, go south.
You turn into what we're looking at now. on
Right.
the
So,
screen.
like,
That guy.
his whole childhood was probably in a funeral home.
Right. You
So
grow
your
up and
idea of a dead body's way different. Than,
Oh, it's totally different.
They are your friends,
They are
right?
just your friends. You pick and poke and play. You do their hair and makeup.
Oh, creepy.
They never go away.
it's so creepy.
Oh, it's so sad when I have to put my friends in the ground and they catch me.
Oh, Thomas ClocK III.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the ClocK family funeral home.
Hi. It's a nice place you
I
got.
feel really bad about your wife.
Yeah, it's a sad time for us all here in our family. Is that where's that music coming from? Is that
Oh, I pipe it in from the basement. This one of my friends is playing on the organ.
that is an odd choice?
Calms me, really.
Yeah, beautiful place you got here.
Yes, it's been in the family since the 1800s.
Oh, long line of you guys, huh?
Absolutely. I've been doing this since I was born.
Oh my.
So listen, I'm going to take your wife down to the basement. I'm going to prep her for her journey to the underworld.
Oh, my.
Never heard it put like that before.
That is weird.
It's not ancient Egypt. But, okay, well, I mean, we paid you, so.
Yes.
Thank you for consoling
Everything's
us.
going to be fine. Don't worry. She's really not gone.
Just a question. Did we hear you singing a song at some point when...
I did. I don't remember the words right now.
yeah,
But
yeah.
something about my friends. Friends
we heard you
are
sing.
fun. Friends are good. You take them with you shopping. Come in my van. Oh, I'll watch your wife for 10 years. Decompose. Oh, it's hard
You realize
to
you're singing this
drag
right in
her-
front of me.
Oh, Jesus. Sometimes just the music takes me away.
You're a weird fella, ClocK.
Yes, I am.
Descendant of Teetle Clock, right?
Yes, the famous Teetle Clock. Teetle Clock started this way back in 1897. I've been around it my whole life.
Wow, a long time.
Just dead bodies.
But everything, you're going to take good care of everything.
I'll take the most special care of this one.
Oh,
I'm not sure if we should leave her here.
I don't think we should, but, I mean, he's just singing a goddamn
Where else
song.
are you going? We're going to take it to my cousin, the other clocks. They're terrible.
Oh, really?
You should see what they do to the bodies. What I've heard.
Jesus.
Well, I
At
guess
least
we're-
I respect them and take them shopping.
I guess we're already here. It's probably just...
What is, any other funeral director is probably going to be just as creepy.
Yeah. Just the music really gets me.
If you come downstairs, I'll show you my baby I have. I have a baby.
Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
All
we're
right.
out.
Just take good care of my wife, I guess.
Oh, I will forever. I promise you.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm going to take one of these brochures here.
When you look at that picture of him and that music and then Chuck's voice,
Yes.
Terrible.
wow, it really is.
It all
creepy.
comes together.
It all comes
They don't
together.
have anything like
Perfect.
from the court or anything like him. I don't know.
Speaking.
I mean, obviously he probably speaks normal, but I feel like he
Could
might
you imagine
not.
if he talked like that?
Oh my God. She was just like, what's the big deal? What?
Little video here. He's wheeled into court for a preliminary exam.
Oh, yes. Wheel me in. I'm a mess.
God.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Oh, that's like a horror movie, just the way he's sitting.
Hello, everyone.
He looks like an alien or something.
He does. He has like
Like
a
he's
turtle.
creepy, right?
Would you bring your family member there?
The thing is, you don't realize it, right? He's in his suit and he's
you
all
realize
dressed
it.
up.
You realize it. Look at him.
Every time I've ever talked to one, they're always like, "You're the bereaved."
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Well, and then I'm telling you, it's when I met the one, and I was on like his inner circle. He thought he could share stuff, and he was showing me pictures of all these horrible things that these dead people had wrong with them.
Jesus.
And I was like, "You take pictures of this stuff," and I was like, "It's a sealed deal. It's just the way
can
it
you
is."
make the face he's making in that mugshot?
You've got me.
Caught red-handed, or should I say dead-handed?
I was out for a little shop about with my little girlfriend. She was sleeping in the van. I went inside for some Metamucil, and when I came out, the police had discovered her. Apparently, the smell was more than people could bear.
His wheelchair should play that music.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They should. Every time they push it, it starts up. Oh, how creepy would that be?
We get to him a different chair, please.
It's just okay, but when you've been caught in some kind of weird lie where you took a baby, that should be it for you.
Should shut you down.
It should be it for you. That's it. In
Right.
fact, you should go to jail for the rest of your life.
You
I
have to
think.
get a license, right? Like,
I don't know. I have
feel
no
like there's
idea.
like a licensing or something that you have to do.
Oh, yeah, you do. They also determined his license had expired in October. And he hadn't renewed it.
Oh, people need to check up on that stuff, man.
Can I see your funeral director's license,
Yeah.
please?
I think
Thomas?
they usually have things hanging. When you walk into
but
the
it's
place.
one of those things too where you probably look at it and you're like, oh, that looks legit, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I
right
don't-
though, man. With the families and they grow up around those, that's why they're messed
Yeah,
up.
that's it, right? I mean, your whole life, you don't have that separation of the dead and the living,
Little
Yeah.
Thomas, get off that corpse.
Oh,
I'm sure you're right. Alone in a...
I'm just playing.
Thomas, what have I told you about hopping on the corpses? What'd your Grandpa Teetle say?
He was talking to me.
Teetle Clock.
The ClocK family.
The ClocK family
is
of
a
funeral homes.
mess.
They really are.
Well, the cousins sound a bit more normal.
Oh yeah, look them up.
No.
One guy's name was Dale. I bet he's just
Yeah,
like,
look up
those
Dale
goddamn other
Clock.
clocks are weird.
Oh, those other clocks. Oh, that's the bad side of the clock.
Someone said,
clan.
I just looked up his picture. That face will haunt my dreams for many nights to come.
It will.
It will. Lisa
It will.
saw it and went back.
She did.
You
It's
can't.
bad. Well, him being rolled in, wheeled in.
Him wheeled
to the-
in
to
is
the
the
courtroom
creepiest thing
is-
I've ever seen.
That's what did it.
Yeah, I
Because
just
he was like smiling or something when they wheeled him in. He was like,
I got chills.
Yeah.
I just retweeted that video. If you want to go to twitter.com/Dave and Chuck and see it, you can see what it actually
Someone
looks
said
like
this
there.
video makes it even worse. It's true. It does.
It does make it worse when you see him in his wheelchair. So creepy. Just living up to the funeral director persona that we love so much.
Yeah.
Craig.
Yes.
Hi, Craig. How you had a comment on this?
Yeah, so my mom passed away in Arizona quite a few years back, and my brother is an attorney out in California. We pulled all the permits and had her ashes flown to Michigan, and we were waiting to take her to her resting spot. She sat on my shelf for about a year and about a year and a half. He finally flew in from Michigan to Michigan. We grabbed her ashes and headed up to Escanaba up in the UP. And left her urn in the original box it was shipped to us in. We got about 3 miles away from where she wanted her ashes spread and opened up the box, took the bubble packing out, and the urn said, I declare these are the sole remains of an Arland R. Graff, some guy that we had no idea who he was, been on my shelf for a year and a half.
Oh.
And we were about 9 hours away from home, freaked out, and ended up having to call an attorney to figure out what to do with them.
Oh.
And come to find out, there's a law that says it's against the law to hold somebody's remains against their will. So we ended up driving from the UP all the way back to Lansing and pushed these remains off to an attorney who ended up 8 months later, we mysteriously got the right ashes in the mail, with a huge apology letter from the crematorial in Arizona. And
oh, man, it's so crazy to think that this happens so often.
But, like, how does he know for sure those are really... It's
don't.
just a bag with...
I know, you don't.
It's a bag with a sticker and a name on it, right? I mean,
You just
if I've
trust,
lost
you
a body,
trust.
if I've lost a body, I've given it to someone else probably, you know? And so in order to make it go away, I just burn something, throw it in a bag, and human ashes don't look any different than
Other ashes.
other ashes, right? I mean, I could just scoop up the stuff in my fireplace.
I guess. Someone said, how many friends do you think this guy had in school? I'm sure nobody wants to hang out with the kid whose dad is a funeral director.
I had tons of friends in school. So many friends in school. Not that went to school with me, but while I was a schoolboy, I would set up desks in the basement. And all my friends would sit there and we would learn together. And I knew I would be a funeral director from the day I was born.
Oh, that's so weird. Someone said if you go to their Facebook page, there's all sorts of horror stories on there.
Stop
Really?
it.
Yeah. There it is, ClocK Funeral Home.
Welcome.
Oh, maybe this is the other one.
Well, it looks nicer than one that would have been started in 18.
Yeah, maybe that's not. Maybe that's the other family one.
Oh, man. So that's this day and age with all the scrutiny that they probably have to come under and like all the modern technology and communication of today.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell was Teetle getting up to?
Oh, Teetle could do whatever he wanted. Teetle had a farm, I bet, and Teetle had a lot of friends.
He's like, today I set them up like that poker picture with the dogs.
Oh, so fun. Everyone's playing poker.
This guy looks like the bulldog.
Someone said he feels like he has to clear his browser history. He's so freaked out after looking up the picture of that guy, Thomas.